You're listening to the Betoota Advocates Weekly News Wrap on Desert Rock FM 96.5. Welcome back to the weekly Betoota Bulletin. It is a hell of a week right around Australia. Queensland's just announced they'll have a new NRL side moving on, 2023. There'll be officially 4 teams in Queensland. And, of course, New South Wales are opening up. So is the ACT. That's all good news. Not so good news down in Melbourne. Cases are continuing to rip, and we'll go easy on you lot.
Or Southern Tasmania, Clancy. They got 3 days going under.
Really?
Hobart and Southern.
Their own Andy Dufresne moment where they've had someone who allegedly has this very powerful flu. They have absconded from hotel quarantine and are now running around South Hobart as we speak.
Oh, that is a worry.
But not up to the north of Tasmania.
What a patriot.
Burnie and Davenport, they're all good. So.
And on top of that, there's some good news in WA. They actually got to lock those blokes up who snuck into the grand final. 10 months, I believe they got, which is a fair whack.
They got 3 months in prison plus 7 suspended.
Okay.
Yep.
So they'll only be in there for 3, but fair price to pay for a footy trip, isn't it?
No, they get out on the 28th of December. So.
What a fucking great yarn.
How long did you do on that 89 footy trip, Errol? You went in for a while, didn't you?
Yeah, 60 days I did. It's long enough, mate.
Folklore down at the Betoota Mudabuttasauruses.
Anyway, you're joined by myself, Clancy Overell, editor of the Betoota Advocate. We've got Errol Parker, editor-at-large. You've heard from him. G'day, Errol. And, of course, Wendell, you've also heard from. How are we all?
I'm all right. Just recovering from last night at the pub. You see, ever since, I've been at a bit of a loose end, since what happened, with the missus a while ago. So I've just been going down to the pub just down the road from my house where on Thursday nights they've got the trivia. So I go there and if you come first, it's like $100 bar tab and whatnot. But if you come last, it's a bottle of wine. So I deliberately come last and take the bottle of wine into the park.
Gold Coast Sunsing it.
Opposite my flat. And I drink that in the dark in the park, and then I go up and I go to sleep.
Yeah, quite pleasant.
Yeah, sounds like a good way to spend your Thursday night. Wendell, you all right? You come off your skateboard?
The Razor scooter, I'm still pretty sore from that, and obviously that cost me a lot of money with the police, and also taking it easy this weekend. How are you, Clancy?
Mate, I'm going all right. I'm ready to go down to the pub myself. So what's up first in the news?
Well, we'll get into it. As you said, big stories coming out of Sydney and Melbourne this week, but we are steering a little bit clear of Melbourne. We're going to start off down in Sydney, and it's a conversation between Jesus Christ and Perrottet. And Errol, you want to read this one for us?
Yes, a little transcript from that part of the conversation reads, "Fuck me! My dad's plan never said anything about 10,000 C words at the Everest."
Yes, the Son of God, Mr. Jesus Christ, has lashed the New South Wales Premier this week. Dominic Perrottet opened things up down there to much fanfare and excitement. And while it was supposedly to be a little bit slow to start off with, the Premier raised the eyebrows by granting a big exemption that allows 10,000 people to go to the Everest Racing Day at the Royal Randwick this weekend.
Yes, it's obviously riled up a lot of the blue-haired terrace house residents, but it also annoyed Mr. Christ as well. And he said to Dom, and I quote the excerpt from the phone conversation, "The plan was 5,000, Dominic. I mean, letting 5,000 people go was already taking the piss. But twice that. No wonder Dad fucking gives it to me about his creations all the time. If you keep carrying on like this, Dominic, you'll end up dragging every grey-haired socio-economic handbrake in New South Wales into the recycling bin, right-clicking, and permanently deleting them altogether. So get it together, Dominic."
Those kind of comments must have hurt, because we all know, and he's been very open about it, Dominic Perrottet is a big fan, looks up to Jesus Christ and his father, so to be kind of clipped, it'd hurt. But he's gone ahead with it anyway. That's how much of a libertarian he is.
No, I didn't miss there, Jesus Christ. Staying down in the corruption capital, and a Sydney fuckwit has asked a financially crippled publican if he's doing any welcome back specials. Haha.
Yeah, a ludicrously tone-deaf commercial real estate agent named Jared Oakley has decided to return to form at a licensed premises over the weekend. Hitting the pub on Freedom Day, the local joker decided to ask the bloke in charge if he was doing any meal deals and any Beer of the Week specials.
Which went down like a lead balloon, as you can imagine, with the owner telling the local loudmouth who likes making Corona beard gags that he'll be paying roughly $10 a schooner until the pub's back in the black. No happy hour till Christmas, he said, and get in the fucking pokies.
Yeah, get into the VIP section. Some national news, and it's been revealed that anti-vaxxers are refusing to believe the statistics that show they make up less than 2% of the population.
Yeah, it's not surprising though, is it? Numbers aren't exactly this cohort's strong suit. This came about after it was revealed that 98% of Canberra had received their first dose of the vaccine earlier in the week. We now know that is over 99%, something which comes as an uncomfortable and inconvenient truth to this movement who would like to believe they are a much larger and stronger minority than they actually are.
Yeah, well, Canberra is a bit of a different case, isn't it? Like, lots of people born on the right side of the tracks in Canberra who don't really have a reason to disrupt society or even distrust it. So, fair enough to some people in our more working class parts of the nation don't have the same eagerness to get jabbed as our generational public servants.
Yeah, that is correct. I mean, in Canberra, things get done quickly. So, even a light rail only took a couple of years down there.
Staying in health policy news, and a modern-day Nelson Mandela has fought segregation by abusing a cafe worker for following health guidelines.
Yes, it's a touching story about a human rights activist, this one. It's been a tough few weeks for hospitality and retail employees who have been left to police the government's vaccine passport policies. And one hospo worker in the French Quarter copped a fair bit of flack a couple of days ago.
Yeah, from a woman privileged enough to make not getting the vaccine one of the major issues that defines her identity. She decided to accuse her of implementing a policy of segregation, invoking the policies of the past in places like Australia, America, and apartheid South Africa. Didn't go down too well by the sound of things.
Yeah, a little bit rich there. Sports news, and Wayne Bennett has overtaken the Bee Gees as Redcliffe's biggest claim to fame.
Big news out of the Southeast corner for the sports world. The Dolphins have been announced as the 17th team to join the NRL. They haven't officially attached themselves to a particular locality yet, but it's believed the Redcliffe area who offered up the venture are calling a shotgun.
Yes, and with the new Dolphins team having the master coach in charge, it means Wayne Bennett is now the biggest thing to come out of Redcliffe since the popular band The Bee Gees set up shop there as kids and lived in the Moreton Bay area for about 18 months. Now, Wayne's contract is 3 years long, which means he will officially be in Redcliffe longer than the Bee Gees ever were. It might even mean he gets a bronze statue down on the Esplanade. All he's got to do is focus on staying alive.
Well, I don't think that he's going to get a twisted bowel like half the Bee Gees did. He's got a very healthy diet, Wayne, so I guess we'll see how he goes.
Exciting times for the Moreton Bay area. Anyway, enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you soon.
Hooroo!
More than a dolphin.